Hello friends, welcome to our channel. There was a woman who lived in a small village. She wasn't rich, but she had enough money to get by. One day she saw a poor child begging for food near her house, and she took pity on him. She went inside, made him some soup, and gave it to him. And after he ate, she asked him, "Why are you begging instead of going to school like other children your age?" The boy replied, "I don't have anyone to take care of me or pay my school fees. That's why I have to beg for food." The woman felt sorry for the boy, so she paid his school fees and told him, "You can come to my house every day after school and stay here. I'll make sure you have food to eat." The boy thanked the woman and started going to her house after school. He studied hard and eventually got a scholarship to go to college. After finishing college, he became a successful doctor and never forgot the kindness that the woman had shown him. One day, 20 years later, he came back to his village and opened a clinic there. It just so happened that the woman who had taken care of him as a child also lived in that village. When the doctor learned that she was living in the same village, he went to see her. But when he knocked on her door, her son opened it. "Are you the woman who used to give me food when I was a child?" he asked. The boy looked at him and replied, "Yes, I am. But how did you know it's been so long?" The doctor said, "I came back to the village to open a clinic and help the people here. I want to help everyone, especially children who are not able to go to school because they are hungry. I will sponsor their education so that they can become successful, just like you." The woman was very happy to hear this and thanked God for sending such an intelligent and kind-hearted son to her. She told the doctor, "You may not remember, but when you were a child, you used to tell me that you wanted to become a doctor and help people. I'm so glad that you fulfilled your dream." The doctor spent some time with the woman and then went to the village school to meet the children. He talked to them about the importance of education and announced that he would pay for their school fees and provide them with food so that they could focus on their studies. The children were very grateful to the doctor and promised to work hard and make him proud. From that day on, the doctor continued to help the children in the village. He built a school there and named it after himself. Many people from other villages heard about the good deeds that the doctor was doing and started coming to him for help, but he never turned anyone away. He also started a program to provide free medical care to poor people. Over time, the doctor became famous throughout the country for his intelligence, kindness, and generosity. People from all over the country came to visit him, and many of them wanted to be his disciples and learn from him. However, the doctor was already old and didn't have much time left, so he decided to adopt a child and make him his heir. One day, while walking through the market, he saw a poor family with a young child. The doctor approached them and asked, "Why don't you send your child to school?" The father replied, "We are too poor to afford his education. I have to work long and hard to earn money so that we can survive." The doctor said, "Don't worry, I will pay for your child's education. All you have to do is take good care of him and make sure he studies hard." The parents were very grateful to the doctor and thanked him for his generosity. They named their son Dawa, which means medicine in their language, and they hoped that he would become a doctor and help people just like the man who had helped them. When Dawa grew up, he became a smart and talented student. He excelled in all his classes and was particularly interested in medicine. After finishing high school, he went to the best medical school in the country and graduated with honors. Dawa was very grateful to the doctor for giving him the opportunity to get an education and become a doctor. He never forgot the kindness that the doctor had shown him and his family, and he vowed to carry on the doctor's legacy of helping others. When the doctor passed away, he left his entire estate to Dawa. Dawa used this money to open more schools and clinics in poor areas, so that everyone could get an education and access to medical care. He also hired many doctors and teachers to work in these institutions so that they could provide their services for free. One day, while visiting one of the schools that he had funded, Dawa met a young girl named Karma. Karma was a bright and inquisitive student who always asked lots of questions. Dawa was impressed by her intelligence and eagerness to learn, and he decided to take her under his wing and become her mentor. He tutored her in various subjects, including science and mathematics, and encouraged her to pursue higher education. Karma was very grateful to Dawa for his guidance and support, and she worked hard to make him proud. She graduated from the top of her class and went on to become a successful scientist. As Karma progressed in her career, she began to notice that many of her colleagues were exploiting their knowledge for personal gain, rather than using it to help others. This made her sad because she knew that true knowledge should be used to make a positive impact on the world. so she decided to share her experience with Dawa, who was known for his integrity and compassion. Karma explained to Dawa that some scientists were using their knowledge to harm people and the environment, and she asked him what she could do about it. Dawa listened attentively to Karma's concerns and offered her some words of wisdom. He told her that it was important to remember that true knowledge was a gift from God that should be used to help others. He also reminded her that real wealth was not measured by material possessions or status, but by the positive impact one had on the world. Da's words resonated with Karma, and she realized that she needed to use her knowledge and position to make a difference in the world. With renewed determination, Karma began to speak out against the unethical practices of her colleagues. She published articles and gave lectures on the importance of using science for the betterment of humanity. At first, she faced resistance from some of her peers who did not agree with her views. However, Karma did not let this discourage her. She continued to speak out and eventually won over the hearts and minds of many people. Meanwhile, Dawa continued his work of providing education and medical care to the poor. He also served as a mentor and guide to many young people, helping them to find their purpose in life and overcome obstacles. As the years passed, Dawa and Karma's legacies grew, and they became known throughout the country as champions of education, healthcare, and ethical science. Their work had a profound impact on the lives of countless people, and they continued to inspire future generations to use their knowledge and resources to make a positive difference in the world. Once upon a time, there was a hermit who lived deep in the forest. He was a wise and respected man who was often visited by people from the nearby villages seeking his guidance and advice. One day a young man came to visit the hermit and asked him a simple yet profound question: "How can I become rich?" The hermit looked at the young man and said, "If you want to be rich, you must first learn to be content with what you have. True wealth is not measured by the amount of money or possessions one has, but by the abundance of peace and happiness within." The young man was confused by the hermit's words, so the hermit decided to put him to the test. "I want you to live in the forest for 15 days and do nothing," he instructed. "Whatever you do, do not leave the forest. If you can do this, I will teach you the secret of true wealth." The young man agreed and entered the forest. For the first few days, he enjoyed the beauty of nature and the tranquility of the forest. He walked among the trees, watched the animals, and listened to the birds. But as time passed, he began to feel bored and restless. He missed the comforts of his home and the company of his friends and family. On the 10th day, he started to feel anxious, and he couldn't understand why the hermit had given him such a difficult task. He thought about leaving the forest, but then he remembered the hermit's words and decided to stay. On the 12th day, he began to feel angry and frustrated. He couldn't understand the purpose of his suffering, and he felt like giving up. But then he closed his eyes and took a deep breath, and suddenly he felt a sense of calm and peace wash over him. In that moment, he realized that the hermit was right. True wealth was not measured by material possessions, but by the abundance of peace and happiness within. From that day on, he dedicated his life to seeking inner peace and contentment. He studied ancient texts, meditated, and practiced yoga. And after many years of hard work and dedication, he finally achieved a state of true wealth. He became a respected member of his community and was known for his wisdom and serenity. Friends, we hope you liked this story. If you want to hear more stories like this, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.